Hello, my name is Bodex. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to share with you about um, that the lighter you become doesn't always mean the more easygoing your life will get. Actually, it's quite often the opposite. And as we start transcending, as we start developing in our spiritual path, and we start realizing what we are not, is the peeling off of old identifications. Um, the only thing that will grow is what we truly are, and that source, light. I see it and I feel it very much as light. We are light energy. Um, so the brighter we become, it has consequences for our own personal life. We cannot um, lie to ourselves anymore. We see things very clearly. So that comes with quite some suffering and pain and mourning, letting go of things that we are not. It's a really psychological death that you have to go through. All the things that we have clinged on to, that unconsciously we have identified with, thinking we were that are slowly dying piece by piece. And for the souls who have been doing this peeling work for quite some years now, they start to realize at one point that um, it's getting more stable, we're not getting so much swept off our feet anymore by our own inner work, because we have done so much of it. Um, but what does happen is the more your light starts to shines brighter, you will start realizing and be confronted in situations where you are not being tolerated anymore. You're being cast aside. People start um, feeling annoyed, attacked, even without you realizing what it is that you're doing. Rest assured, you're not doing anything. It's all in their own projection. It's they're all in their own world. But um, as I started developing in my process, and I'm still there because I recently experienced a similar kind of situation where my presence was, I think, collapsing other people's reality, and just by being myself. Um, Try to see and deeply understand that what is happening is not personal. It is totally nothing to do with you. It's just you who are shining very brightly, and people who are still stuck in quite some shadows will start fleeting, fighting, anything but accepting you, because what basically happens when you are in this space, you're basically lighting up every freaking corner, every snake pit that they're still not ready to put their eyes on. It's too painful. It's too ugly. It's something that they are not ready to look at. Um, I've experienced this kind of situations for quite some time now, and in the beginning, I really started. Um, I wouldn't call it punishing myself for it, but I was really taking it personal. Like, what do I do wrong? I need to work harder. I need to adjust more. I think a lot of you guys can really relate to this, working harder. But then when you get to this point where you really realize this is you. You are light, and your light, and especially in these times, is becoming brighter and brighter and brighter. And you have to ask yourself the question, because this is what the time frame is really about. Do I want to mold myself back in what is socially acceptable, what we have done for centuries, and basically get back into that mental imprisonment? Just really cage yourself again? Or do I really want to be sovereign and I want to be free? And this time is really the time to start thinking about this and making decisions. What consequence do you want to take upon you? If I look in at my path, I want to be free, no matter the costs, no matter the consequence. um, I would rather, in a very dramatic sense, I would rather die in freedom and autonomy than live in captivity, in molding myself, in feeling this wild animal captivated in this iron cage. And this is, I'm saying it's dramatic, but this is really the choice that you are have to gonna make in this time frame, because the friction is becoming between people who are ascending, who are shining their lights more and more, and the people whose shadows are becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, are becoming more evident. And people are not going to like your strength, your lightness, your love in their presence. Either they want to, like an adapter, uh, cling on to you so they can get a little bit of vitality back. I call those vampires. Or you will have people who are so much, your light is so bright that they literally do this. And they will get everything out of their trick basket to get you out of the way. And I'm sensing that it hits, if you're not careful with this theme, it can hit um, a very deep seated trauma. And that's the trauma that we are all walking around with, every soul. No one is left aside in this trauma. And it is that as we were born and we grew older, we all felt we needed to leave our source, because we were not being seen, we were not being confirmed, we were not being loved for the light that we were. So when these things are happening right now, try not to identify with the grief or the anger that is arising within you. Try to become the mother for that sweet little girl or sweet little boy that has had to leave his or her autonomy behind in order to survive. And I think, I feel this is the most deep seated pain that eventually started creating an ego. When you are there and you feel, when I'm talking about this, whether it's resonating with your soul or not, when you are at that point, it is such a fertile ground. I know it's so painful. It was because I'm going through the same, it's so painful. I've cried, I've gotten angry, but at the same time there was this awareness of me being the light, and casting that light on that small child, angry and feeling lonely and casted aside, and also the tiredness of always trying so hard to fit in. let me tell you guys something. You were never here to fit in. You can try as much and as long as you like, but the result will remain the same. You are here to upgrade the frequency on this planet. And you cannot upgrade it when you are amidst what is. And I'm not talking the isness of source, but I'm talking about the matrix. I'm talking about the programming. I'm talking about the mechanical behavior. If you are part of that frequency, you cannot make a difference because you are in the same consciousness. I know it is at this point for a lot of people a lonely path, because the light is becoming brighter and brighter and brighter. So it's becoming more clear and evident in our lives what is falling away, and that's basically everything besides what we really are, and that's light. Um, but know that after this big peeling of your life right now, there will be a building up again, you know. First, all the if we are comparing us with a house, all the not sustainable parts of our house, all the outdated things in our house need to be get rid of. And what that mostly means, if the old world was basically an old rotten house. We all know that. So I'm not a it's not so much of a builder, but what I do know, if the framing is completely wrong, you need to hit that house completely to the ground, and even the fundament, and then start building a new fundament, and from there on we can build again. And that is what exactly is happening right now. So don't lose faith in yourself. um, this is happening for a good reason. It's not to punish you, it's a loving, the most loving way that the universe can give you, because it's it's preserving you. It's preserving you from what you are, and it wants you to stay true to it. Much love to you all, and I will talk to you next time.